welcome to Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So it's been a while since we talked about Batman Earth 1.
It's been enough time.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years.
It's been 1 week.
It's been literally 5 years since you looked at me.
So 5 years since we talked about 2?
Yeah. No, we did Batman Earth 1 Volume 1 6 years ago. 1 year later, we did Batman Earth 1 Volume 2. And then Gary Frank and Jeff Johns wrote and drew Batman Earth 1 Volume 3 about 6 months ago.
Oh.
Is it really inspired by the pandemic?
No, thankfully it is not. The pandemic actually may have hastened its arrival because when Gary Frank was announced to draw Jeff Johns' magnum opus that would invariably change the DC universe from that day forward, Doomsday Clock, I was like, oh no, but when will Earth 1 Volume 3 come out? It took him forever to do Volume 1. It took over a year for Volume 2 to come out. And yes, it did heavily delay Volume 3, but when Doomsday Clock
Failed?
I was like
Yeah.
hesitant to call it a failure, but like, yeah, it was a failure. No one remembers it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't change anything.
And it didn't change anything, and now it's just like this random thing that no one talks about. Everyone was talking about it. Now nobody's talking about it. That's at least a cultural failure, if not a sales failure. But that being said, after the failure of Doomsday Clock, they were like, oh, by the way, Earth 1's coming out. Like, Gary Frank started posting pages, and we're like, you've been working on that? I thought you were just waiting until Doomsday Clock was over.
It's like, no, I finished it like 3 years ago. I'm
Yeah.
just going to clean them up a little bit.
Right, exactly. I just used that time, that window, that like 2-year window of Doomsday Clock's release schedule to just clean it up a little bit. And, let me tell you, like, the Batman Earth 1 books are, of course, self-contained and consistent in terms of they're written by the same guy, they're drawn by the same guy, and they look great.
Right.
There's such beautiful, amazing splash pages, but they're not like game changers. They're just kind of like, whoa, that's a great looking page of Batman usually jumping. And that's kind of it.
Well, I mean, how high can you jump?
I mean, not very high at all. No Super Mario am I. What's the concept here? Earth 1 is over there. It's starting from scratch.
There?
Well,
Yeah.
it's
No,
a little
not
further.
there. It's a little like, it's there.
Yeah, it's a little off to the side.
Oh, I
But,
see
like,
it.
Yeah, thank you. Earth 1 isn't necessarily like a universe. It is, and it has been established as one. But publishing-wise, fandom-wise, every time I say that Earth 1 is its own universe, I get like a metric ton of comments that are like, and actually they're all in their own universe. Earth 1 is maybe or maybe not its own universe, and so there's also other stories, Superman Earth 1, Teen Titans Earth 1, Wonder Woman Earth 1, and they have virtually no crossover whatsoever. When I say virtually, I mean no crossover whatsoever. Green Lantern has another one, which we didn't do Volume 2 of. That, of course,
That was weird.
I loved it. Green
It's
Lantern
fun.
1 is so awesome.
And it's just like, it's a fucking story.
It is. It's the best Green Lantern movie you'll never see. None of them really cross over. It sounds like I'm leading up to saying that there's going to be a crossover in this, and
Yeah.
there is not.
Oh.
It's just more of the same.
Do the events of the recent Scott Snyder event affect the way that this is written?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, Death Metal, Dark Knight's Metal, Infinite Frontier, no effect on Earth 1. Earth
Okay.
1 is, think of Earth 1 more as a publishing label than a universe.
Like Black Label.
Like Black Label.
or that horror one they're doing.
Yeah, or that other horror one that they're doing. We haven't talked about these in 5 years.
No.
We have
Yeah.
a studio now. We didn't when we filmed the last episode.
I can't remember what was in Volume 2.
So here's some
Hooray,
differences.
me either. I was like, I wonder if I should watch it again. No.
Oh, Jesus, that's like over an hour. Who has time to watch that kind of show?
Well, I also didn't know what we were doing.
That's right. So
Yeah, and then I was like, that's not fair.
differences between the Batman we know and the
Fair.
Batman of Earth 1. Alfred looks more like Sam Elliott. Batman and Gordon are getting to become friends. Batman is not a very good detective, but he wants to be one. Bullock saw the birthday boy and the aftermath thereof.
And heaved, right?
Well, he crawled into a bottle and never got out.
Okay, that's
And-
Right, that's Harvey Bullock origins.
Yes, Harvey Bullock year one is he was more like a TV cop. He was a sexy celebrity cop, and he transferred to Gotham, to get ratings or moreover to get credibility, and it destroyed him within a week.
Wow, Alfred really does look like Sam Elliott.
Yeah, I know. The other fun thing about it is that anything can happen.
I didn't remember this happening at all.
Well, it's pretty fun. Actually, the birthplace of the Jizzler is in the last episode of our.
I had that.
Oh yeah!
I definitely had that feeling when I saw him painting
The question
the
mark.
question mark. I was like, uh-oh, I think I know what this
Jeff
is.
Johns did a nice job of kind of giving you new versions of classic villains while also not just going to Joker. First one, Penguin, whom Alfred blows away with a shotgun. Second one sets up Two-Face, but also indicates that like Harvey Dent has a sister named Jessica, and you know he goes down the Harvey Dent route, but Jessica at the end of this volume gets scarred and Harvey dies instead, and you're like, oh, you're flipping the script. Now it's a girl Two-Face maybe. And Bruce Wayne and Jessica had like a history, and maybe there was an implied romance that was going to happen between Bruce and Jessica, but now she's going to be a Two-Face.
But only if she faces one way.
Right, exactly, because she's a Two-Face. She also has Harvey's personality in her mind because that's
Siblings.
a thing. Yeah, because siblings. Because Hollywood siblings.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood likes to go, well, you know, if like there's twins, like one person will get cut, the other will feel it. Magic. No. Yes.
I
it's in this.
forgot his silly emblem thing.
Yeah, I like the new kind of Earth One emblem. That's also, I think, a light that is dramatically different from any other bat emblem.
Push it in.
Why not? Also, Killer Croc is in that book,
I would say the question is why?
so we can see.
Yeah, what happens if someone punches you right in the chest? You turn on their light, you get blinded.
It blows their mind.
It's
yeah,
a great defense mechanism.
I think so too.
You know, it's also a great defense mechanism.
punching
a gun.
them? Yeah, yeah, but he's Batman. Doesn't use guns.
Just saying.
Waylon saves the day at the end of Volume 2,
Right.
and then joins the Bat family. Volume 3 is shortly after that. At the end of the second volume, Riddler's been defeated, Harvey's dead, Jessica's disfigured and has Harvey's personality hiding in her mind.
Oh, right. I very distinctly remember this.
Yes.
Yeah, when she
you don't-
mashes her face into his.
Yeah, because he gets his face blown off
Yeah, he becomes Two-Face.
and dies.
And dies.
He burns to death and dies, and then she burns her own face on his face.
I guess.
Volume 3, she burns her face on his burned face.
And when you do that, there's osmosis of the mind.
yes, and then Harvey's in there. He
Oh,
seeps
she's like
in.
a Vulcan. She did
Yeah.
a mind meld as well as a burning
Face
flesh
swap.
meld.
Yeah, yeah.
Gross.
It's so stupid. And Alfred, of course, he has a real problem with Gordon. You know, he's, number one, he's a little jealous. Number two, he's like, don't bring in the cops. A, don't trust cops. B, Gordon, you don't know him. You're like, you know me.
Yeah, you want to look up to a fatherly figure, an elderly gentleman.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's me, the guy who blew the penguin away with a shotgun. By the
and
way,
like raised you.
yeah, oh yeah. But Alfred's also like a reluctant butler.
Yeah, he just takes all the dishes, just throws them out, buys new ones.
Right. He's like, no, I'm not doing all this. So, volume
You're rich, we can afford it.
Volume 3.
All right, here we go.
I guess I'll also mention this other thing where the
thought you
Arkham.
were-
Because remember, we talked about the Birthday Boy. The Birthday Boy was, of course, like he was in
A
Arkham.
horror show, and we'll never forget it.
Yes. You see, 6 years later, you remember Birthday Boy.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to forget.
Yeah. I
Well-
didn't. Here's what's funny. I didn't remember the Riddler. I remembered the joke that came out of it,
Yes, that's true.
and not even that it happened in
But
here.
you do remember the Birthday Boy.
Yes.
Well, guess what? Bullock didn't forget the Birthday Boy either.
Yeah, no, so he's still like a drunk.
Yeah, he's a total drunk. And
Okay.
at the end of the volume that preceded this one, Bullock and Gordon are like, we're friends. Like, we're not just partners, we're friends. And then Gordon gets promoted and he's like, I have a new partner. Good luck, Harv.
I have a new partner. It's Justice.
Yeah,
It's Batman.
But Bullock is like, yeah, I'm going to turn my life around. Oh. So that's volume 3.
I had a friend.
Yep.
Now my friend
Well,
is
who's-
Jim Beam.
It's a different Jim.
Yes. Bruce's mother, Martha, is an Arkham. Her maiden name is Arkham. The Arkhams were like thought to be crazy, and there's like a sad history with the Arkhams.
Is there an occult side to the Arkhams?
No.
Oh, dang.
No, just that
What's the point then?
there is madness in the Arkham line. It implies maybe that's where Batman's madness comes from. But there were like basically two families in Gotham. There was the Arkhams and the Waynes, and then they got together and whatever.
They made the super family.
well, they made Batman. So
They didn't, snap in the streets.
no, they weren't fighting the Jets or the Sharks. So we open in Maine.
In Maine,
Yes, where
where Stephen King is typing away at his next novel.
naturally. And we're all anxiously awaiting it. So this cop is patrolling the grounds on this asylum, and he ends up in there, and he finds this old man who's been drawing like a labyrinth on the walls.
It's Maine. The entire state is an asylum.
Wow. Wow, shots fired. I like how you wait for Ethan to leave before you take shots at Maine.
Yeah, wow.
It doesn't come up when he's here.
Wait, hang on. Let's bring in special guest Ethan.
Oh no!
What'd you say about fucking Maine?
I'll kill you. I'll choke you with tiny blueberries.
Oh my god, he is human.
That's right.
They're delicious and tiny and flavorful.
That's right.
He's got like a little straw just shooting him from across the
Yeah.
Yeah, not like the gross, overinflated beach balls that we have here in New Jersey.
How can you make a meal of this? It's like mush.
Just a big sack of flavorless mush. These are real things, Ethan said. And he's been drawing this like crazy labyrinth or map.
Is the asylum shut down?
Yeah, it's abandoned.
Okay, so he's a squatter.
He's a squatter.
He's a squatter in a straitjacket.
He's in a straitjacket, yeah. So he turns around and he begs the cop to tell him where Martha is and then attacks him. Yeah. The cop does not ask why he says that name in particular.
Did you say that name?
But
This came out when?
This came out like less than a year ago.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. It's important that he says this. And
is
Martha is Bruce's mother's name. So
is this Bruce's grandpa?
Yes.
Grandpa Arkham?
Yes.
Who's gonna be like...
That's the big reveal. Is that it's Grandpa Arkham.
I mean, it's really not hard to figure out.
See, for me, I was like, who's the old man? But yes, it is.
But you told me that.
I was gonna say it's Bruce's dad.
Like you told us that by saying that like the Arkham thing. You told me that that's what
fair enough.
I'm sorry.
No, you let us down a path.
It doesn't matter. It's revealed shortly into this.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. So then we cut to 1 month after the death of Harvey Dent. Batman is opening up the tunnels underneath Gotham.
Literally Batman. He's not wearing regular clothes.
No.
Why would he?
Because he doesn't have his mask on.
No, well, he's working with his team.
Yeah, he's working with Killer Croc. He's not going to go down as Bruce Wayne.
Well, he is going as Bruce Wayne, but he's also going to wear the Batman armor because it's dangerous down there. He's like knocking down walls and stuff. He's got to wear his armor.
He needs the flashlight.
Well, that's true. He also needs the light. So
scare those bats away.
So Batman and Alfred and Killer Croc are all like kind of excavating the tunnels and using Croc kind of as a guide because he lived down there for a while.
Right, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
Do we get an exploration into the Croc-Alfred dynamic?
Yes.
Because
Alfred is incredibly resentful and angry about Killer Croc. He's like, who? He's like, why is this guy even here? He's a gross crocodile man. It should just be you and me. And Bruce is like, leave him alone. He's cool. He also knows who I am. Either we leave him in the family or I have to deal with him.
Or I have to kill him.
Right. And we're not going to do that
Alfred's
today.
like, I mean, I could.
Right, I know you will, but...
I know you brought the elephant gun.
Right.
Please put it
Alfred's
away.
like, okay, finally you've connected the dots. I assume you used him as manual labor to get to here so we could kill him and bury him here. No!
We're gonna cask of Amontillado him.
Yes, we're gonna wall him into this cave.
I'm sure that won't come back to bite us.
It never would.
Literally.
Alfred and Croc have a tumultuous relationship. Croc is he's dismissive and mean, and Batman's constantly like, leave him alone, he's cool.
Okay.
Alfred's an ornery bastard in these books.
I have a friend, Alfred.
Right. I'm your friend.
He's the rootinest, tootinest, six-gun shootinest butler in all of Gotham.
That's right, he is. So we reveal, basically the Ninja Turtles 2 moment where Batman finds the cave and it used to be an old abandoned subway station and it's awesome. Batman reveals that he knows where they've been going the whole time and that they're basically below Arkham Manor.
Oh, so he didn't need Killer Croc at all. He's manual labor.
Yeah. But he also wants Croc to feel useful.
He's trying to be a leader.
He is being a leader, and he's doing a good job, except that Alfred's always being a jackass, undermining him, but whatever. So they find what is going to be the Batcave. Ooh, new Batcave. Sweet, I guess, whatever. They do point out that they're in the sewer and it stinks, and I'm like, fair enough. You know what? Could you please suspend the disbelief for me? I'm a child of the Ninja Turtles. I loved their lair.
It reeks.
It must reek, but I don't want to think about that. I want to think about how cool and rad it would be to live in the sewers, not how horrible it must smell all the time, and how inescapably bad it must smell.
How much damp red they go through a week.
Seriously? And how bad you must smell by emerging from it.
Maybe it's for water, for rain. The rain.
Well, it is a subway station. It's not necessarily for water sewage treatment. But anyway, so that's what they set up.
Yeah.
Also, over the last 2 volumes, Batman has not had an outright Batmobile. But Batman and Lucius Fox, who works with Wayne Tech, have a deal, And basically Lucius just makes this like intimate team of R&D specialists at Wayne Tech make stuff for Batman. And then
Do they know they're making it for Batman?
they do not. They think they're making it for Bruce Wayne, who just is an eccentric asshole who's giving them a ton of money to just make stuff and then abandon the project right before it's about to be finished so that Lucius can finish it and give it to Batman. So they're working on the Batmobile. You know, Bruce doesn't want that car anymore. And they're like, we spent 6 months working on this car, and he doesn't want it anymore. It's like, yep, we're working on this now. It's a gun that shoots a grappling hook.
It could be. It's like working for Winchester.
Yes.
You go build that hallway. Okay, now stop. We're done over there.
We're done with that hallway.
The hallway goes nowhere.
What?
Just build over here now.
Yeah, it's basically that.
I mean, you're still getting paid 6 figures.
That's the thing. It's like, shut up.
And there's no ghosts.
Right, no ghosts. That we know of. Gordon gets a call. Bullock has been picked up for drunk driving.
How does he still have a badge?
Because he's a police officer.
Yeah, they protect their own.
I don't know if you know how corrupt that institution is.
But Gordon's there.
Well, but he's Gordon's friend. Like, Gordon's like, Jesus. Like, Gordon is being a cop
But
in
Gordon
the worst
also
way.
hated Bullock.
No, well, yeah, but like, Bullock endeared himself to Gordon over the last 2 volumes.
Bullock got better.
He feels
But
bad
Bullock
for
was still
Gordon.
an
He
asshole.
feels bad for Bullock. No, they're friends. Like, reread it. Their relationship is tight.
Gordon's making a face like I make when Ben makes a bad joke.
God damn it.
We also
Lift up the
reveal
glasses, pinch.
Yeah.
that Jessica Dent,
Yes.
sister of Harvey Dent, has become the mayor of Gotham.
How would
With her disfigured face?
Well, yeah, but it's not so bad, and she wears a special mask that covers up her burns. It's not
Like
terribly.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's cool looking. It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
pink?
And it's flesh toned, and I think the idea is it's all supposed to like heal. You know, it's got like gel in it or something.
Okay.
So it's supposed to try and like mitigate some
And
of the
they
damage.
didn't notice the crazy?
No,
Okay.
Tiffany, she's a politician. Crazy's part of the gig.
that's true.
Okay.
So
Especially for mayor of Gotham.
I know, yeah. So Batman and Alfred talk about how it's getting kind of crowded down here. Too many people so far.
There's just 3, Alfred.
No, but Batman's also working with Jessica, who found out that Bruce Wayne is Batman in Volume 2. And so Bruce Wayne is going to get involved with Jessica Dent's mayoral initiatives to make Gotham better. That basically Bruce Wayne's like, yeah, I should use my money, influence, and power to affect real change, and I'll be Batman for like the scum on the streets.
And put this crazy person in office.
She only had the one outburst pretending to be Harvey Dent. He also wants to have sex with her. So he's willing to forget a lot.
That sadly tracks.
Bruce gets a call on the bat phone, which we've established in the previous story is just a cell phone with a bat on it that Batman gives to his closest confidants.
Cool.
With one button.
Nice. The button for Batman.
It's just boop. Batman? Yup, it's me. Alfred is insufferable in this book because he has no love for Gordon and he is super jealous. Like super creepy jealous.
Well, he doesn't have anybody either,
He
right?
doesn't, but like go get somebody, man.
Well, he's going to be like, look, when you eventually die as Batman, now your money's going to be split up between all these people, so just going to me.
Yeah, right. This guy's just a complete asshole. But
Well, I guess in normal Batman continuity, A, Alfred's not like this, and B, Batman usually has a young person there that Alfred can help to care for.
This is true.
And so like he has something else to like make him feel like he's doing something, and
Right.
like he's not going out there with them.
No.
These guys could.
yeah, and Alfred's like, he used to work security detail. He failed to protect the Waynes. That's all he does. He's not like brought up in like the chivalric code of butlery. You know, he's just a merc that feels that he owes this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has nobody in his life, and that's all he's doing. But you know, he's like, you're expanding it too far. You got Jessica involved, you got Gordon involved, you got this crocodile man. It's getting kind of crowded.
Here's the thing. A secret is only a secret when one person knows.
Yes.
Once 2 people know, it becomes a liability.
That's right. I don't think I have enough shells for all these people. So there's a big Hazara going on the streets. There's a couple of bad guys, but they have like flamethrowers and they're blasting at the cops. And Gordon's like, "Hey Batman, I've got super crime," which
It's
is
not super crime, it's a flamethrower.
yeah, but it's like a souped up flamethrower.
Excuse me, there is a Batman villain whose main thing is using a flamethrower or fire like.
Yeah.
Yes, They are called the Firefly.
Yeah.
Is this person the Firefly?
No,
It could be like an origin story for them, though.
There's a lot of origin stories in this book, but Firefly's not one of them. So Batman hits the Batmobile, and he goes out there, and he's talking to Alfred. Alfred's being the man in the chair, but he's also giving Batman a hard time. And I love it because he's just giving Batman a hard time. Batman's like, keep the line open. I need to be there when Gordon calls. And he's like, oh, no! So Batman,
Hilarious.
you know, he reveals this Batmobile, which is basically just a sports car with bulletproof windows.
And a giant bat on the front.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty Batmobile-y.
It is.
Yeah, but
It
it's
is.
also a GTA vehicle with a giant spoiler.
Yeah. Oh, they also point out that in the month since the Riddler's defeat and Harvey Dent's death, that crime has gone down, but violence has gone up.
Then crime hasn't gone down.
Well, no, it's just more like when crime happens, it's especially nasty. And it's like, yeah, because usually Batman's showed up to deal with it. Or the crime has gotten more violent. So, you know, there's a debate going on about whether Batman's making things better or not, which is a brand new idea that's never been established or tried out in a Batman story before.
Right.
Is Batman good or bad? But so Batman, you know, whatever, he defeats the bad guys, you know, but reveals that these dudes have like military grade weapons like these industrial flamethrowers.
Wow.
Oh, I know. We see Batman use his cape to protect himself from heat, and then we get another beautiful Gary Frank splash page of him being just, you're pissing me off.
Wow, it looks great. I don't know who's coloring this book, but it's
Probably Brad Anderson. Oh, look at that. It's Brad Anderson, the best colorist in the industry.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice job, Brad.
That's right. A couple of the hoods get away with a sack full of money, and then they are stopped by Catwoman.
What?
Oh, she was like the last page thing.
Catwoman was in Volume 2, or at least she was revealed in Volume 2. She helps out Batman a little bit, but not as Catwoman. And Batman is hurt, and he goes into the apartment that she's in, and she nurses him back to health, and then he sends flowers to her apartment, but it's just some guy's apartment, and he's like pissed because he got robbed recently, and Batman realizes like, oh, I was helped by a cat burglar. And we see this fun kind of like full page Gary Frank image of Selena Kyle like in a bed with money and a Batarang that she recovered from Batman, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in the next volume. And she is. And okay, so before I show you
Oh, God.
Earth 1 Catwoman, I need you to understand that when I first saw it, I had a very visceral reaction. I just want you to be aware. I just want you to remember, keep it in the front of your mind. We're trying something new, and this is a Catwoman who's like mid-20s in 2021.
Do you want to show it to one of us? Like, show it to Ben first and then show it to me, I guess?
Sure.
I like that it goes up to him. He's like, oh, no.
Oh no. Do I have to take care of this cat now? It's like Batman Returns.
Alfred's like, okay.
That's a great moment.
It is. Oh my
Alfred's
god.
like, I bet you thought I wasn't going to accept this, but,
Okay, the Catwoman reel hasn't
You can
happened
keep
yet.
the crocodile now. I have something to love.
I'm bleeding. Help me.
Oh, you're a real sweetheart, aren't you? You're just a little
bit.
love bug, aren't you? Just Alfred, help me.
Batman, keep the line clear. The vet might call.
So Gordon puts Bullock in the drunk tank. Bullock apparently was not only drinking on the job, but also attacked his partner because his partner badmouthed Gordon. And Bullock's like, I don't stand for that shit. Gordon is like the only honest cop in the GCPD. And so for his troubles, his partner is now going to file like charges against him, and it's just causing a major problem. And Gordon is just like, I'm captain now, man. I can't keep bending the rules for my drunken former partner. It looks real bad.
Yeah, you're making it not so that I'm not like the honest cop. I should
Exactly.
be throwing the book at you.
But but Bullock is like, I am always gonna have your back, Jimbo. I'm sorry. And Gordon's like, that's so nice. You're making my life very hard, Bullock. I can't keep doing this, Harvey. Come on, man.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
Bullock dies. They book him. All the other prisoners are like, hey, fresh meat, it's a cop, and they just kill him.
I don't
right,
know what's
exactly.
going on that page over there, but they're trying something there.
Well, we see a close-up of Catwoman's mask.
Yeah.
We see her bedroom.
Yeah, like with the cat's like two eyes. It's like repeating eyes, but
Yes.
the pillow's kind of just. Anyway.
Johns likes to do this stuff where he like has visual metaphors or parallels that appear in his books, but they don't provide any narrative subtext outside of it being neat.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah, it's just a visual.
it's fun, but it doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
So Bruce and Jessica reveal, they're talking to each other. They're planning because the mayor is going to be talking about how they're going to make Gotham better.
Well, she's tiny or he's huge.
He's huge. He's Batman.
Well,
Yeah, he's like 6'5".
She's wearing heels.
Yeah, well, she's little, and you underestimate her. But yeah, so she's bringing in Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's kind of been keeping a low profile over the last 2 volumes. But now he's coming out into the spotlight. He's like, I'm Bruce friggin' Wayne. I got a ton of money. I'm gonna help make Gotham better, and I might be stopping the mayor. Who knows? Whatever.
There's only one thing wrong with that previous scene with all the umbrellas is that there's not like one red one or like one weird colored one.
Well, the Joker's not in the crowd, ready to hit someone in the throat with a pen. But anyway, Alfred is running security, of course, for Bruce because it's like literally what he does.
Yeah, yeah.
He gets a phone call, and Gotham Mental Hospital has called, and he pulls Bruce away from the press conference because there's an emergency. So Bruce and Alfred go to the medical hospital where they are met by the head of the department, who is a slime ball. They show you the old man, and he's strapped to a bed. It's his grandfather.
Right.
It's Martha's father. And he's like, he has bruises. And he's like, well, you have to understand, we didn't know who he was. The story goes, like, the death of Martha's parents is Martha's mother went crazy, shot her husband, and then jumped off the roof of Arkham Manor.
Because Martha was Samara. And
Right, exactly. In front of Martha, by the way.
And she didn't put her in the well. And she did this
right.
instead.
You weren't supposed to let her out. But, so the bullet wounds match up with the story.
Oh.
So we're pretty sure this is your grandfather. So Bruce goes to him, and the old man just says, I just want to go home. And Bruce is like, you fucking got it, old man.
And Alfred's like,
okay, damn it.
Is the reveal that it is not actually like Adrian?
What would the thing be? Like, what would you like?
No, nothing. Because like you're
it's
like
different.
the bullet wounds match up.
Well, they're just showing.
They could.
They don't have like DNA records from that time. Like they don't have like a record of this old man.
Of course not. But you can just blood test the man and Bruce and be like, you're related.
Well,
Bruce is like, no, you can't do that because then you'll have my stuff on record.
Well, right now he's anemic and they're not taking blood samples. But like, I'm just saying.
He doesn't have to take blood.
It lines
Saliva.
up.
Well, Batman can do it himself. He's,
Yeah, but he's not really good. He's a very good detective. He also doesn't have Batcave yet.
Right.
He's still working on it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, he orders a 23andMe off of Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and,
there you go.
Gets there in about
30 days. There's no time they wait that long. A couple of criminals in Gotham's underbelly are funneling weapons. Remember that military-grade weapon thing? Like, yeah, these low-level people are getting supplied significant things. They're talking about how I got the groceries, and it's just a bag full of friggin' grenades and shit. And there's an old junkyard dog in the alley.
It's so sad.
The dog is waiting because the dog thinks they have groceries, so the dog's like hoping that they have like something for him.
Why are we talking so much about this dog?
Because the dog will factor into the scene in a minute.
Okay.
Killer Croc has also been following because Killer Croc isn't known to be an associate of Batman's. He's just the scary guy who lives in the sewer. So at best, he's a urban legend. At worst, he's a criminal. So the criminals will trust him, or they'll just ignore him because
Please don't eat me.
Yeah, exactly. So Croc is hearing them talking and he's gathering information. The two hoods see the dog. They're like, oh, look, he actually thinks we have food. They start kicking him. The dog recoils into the corner, and then Croc springs into action, scares the shit out of them. They leave. When he puts out his hand so the dog will smell his hand, the dog becomes friends with Croc, and then Croc takes the dog with him. So Croc
And that's
gets
the
a
end
friend.
of the story, and we don't need to know anymore.
It's not the end of the story.
Okay.
Gary Frank.
I was like, the story you're telling me so far is how Tiffany becomes the Punisher.
Yeah. And you doppel yourself into this book and then kill these guys.
Yep.
But
That's
let me
what I was
tell you,
expecting.
Gary Frank draws a great, emaciated, sad dog.
I don't like
heartbreaking dog.
how sad that dog is.
How realistically sad
yes,
it is.
it's too much.
Yeah, the dog cowers behind Croc.
Oh.
The images of Gordon are just amazing.
Yeah.
Just real, true emotion. The triumph of this book, as I've said before, when it comes to Gary Frank, is Gary Frank. The book looks amazing. It isn't much to write home about. He doesn't get to draw visuals that shift the paradigm, but he does get to draw some dope-ass images of Batman and just really true and honest portrayals of like human experience.
Yeah, his portrayal of emotion is great.
Yeah. Also, you may, if you track Earth 1, Volume 1, 2, and 3, you'll watch Bullock get progressively fatter.
Well,
Much
yeah.
like if you're watching back issues in chronological order. You'll watch the host gain weight as it goes. You can see Bullock getting a lot rounder. And I just love that detail. Again, it's Gary Frank, but I'm sure Johns is like, make sure that Bullock gets fatter, because don't forget, the Bullock everyone knows is fat. And he was hot. Like he was a heartthrob at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I love that people love putting Bruce Wayne in turtlenecks.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
like
know
a
what that's
thing.
all about.
They're just like, thump,
Right.
there.
So
Well, it mimics the cowl. We always got to cover his neck.
That's true. So Alfred and Batman have moved Arkham into Wayne Manor. They put him in the master suite. Alfred pulls some old
Yeah,
photographs.
because Bruce doesn't use it.
Yeah, he does. This Batman definitely sleeps in a bed, but and he eats meals. But they look at an old picture of him and they're like, "That's totally him."
What the hell?
Then he wakes up and he's like, "This isn't my house," and then he attacks them.
Bruce is like, I may have made a mistake.
No, Bruce does not regret it one bit. But the old man attacks Bruce. He's just like, "Where's my daughter? Where's Martha? What have you done with her?" Alfred grabs his cane and he chokes out Arkham. Batman's like, "No, don't leave him alone. Leave him alone." And he looks into Bruce's eyes and he says, "There's my little girl."
Okay.
He's like, now put on your dress.
Yeah. Bruce is like, "I'm doing it." Bruce is such a
Fine, I'll do it.
yeah. Bruce is such a doormat for this old man. It's like, okay, Alfred, get the dress. But he reveals himself as Martha's son, and Arkham is like, "Did her mother kill her?" And he's like, "No." And he's like,
No,
"Oh."
I killed her.
Yeah, no, it was me. But they embrace, and it's just kind of like, "Oh, that's nice." And
Oh, look at how grumpy Alfred is.
yeah, cool. He's like, I
don't get to hurt anybody.
Well, no, I was just talking to you about how like we have too many fucking people in this thing.
And now you bring in a new old man.
Yeah, you got.
You have an old man. It's me.
It's me. I'm the old man. You have Gordon, who's creeping up on me. Then you have an older man. I'm the middle old man.
No one cares about me.
So anyway, Batman basically sets it up so that like Arkham gets this wing of Wayne Manor, and they're gonna staff it with doctors.
That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, Alfred says that too, and Bruce is just like, "Get over it. We'll be fine."
You say a small fortune. I have a giant fortune.
Right, but I have a big fortune, so it's fine. Batman immediately ignores it and just says, "Croc has info. Why don't you go talk to him and play nice?" Alfred flips him the bird, as
Yeah,
only
the
an
British
Englishman
one.
can.
Yes.
There's no heel turn. Alfred does not betray Batman. We're not building towards a big
I
betrayal.
wouldn't
Okay,
think so.
did the doctors betray
No.
Batman?
No, Batman's just like, we're operating underground. We're under another mansion.
Yeah, but
We're fine.
you're gonna have really weird hours.
Who cares? Their hours are taking care of him. We should never bump into those people. So anyway, so we see a couple of more hoods, and they're dealing with their like military-grade weaponry, and they're talking about how they're getting information from their supplier, and their supplier is Harvey Dent.
Oh.
But Harvey died.
That's what the hood says. He says, "But Harvey Dent's dead," and then we cut to Harvey's old office, and we see like,
they are dealing with Harvey Dent, but they're not
Yes.
dealing with Harvey Dent.
no, but or maybe they are. Maybe Harvey didn't die. So
Yeah, but he died.
Alfred goes into the cave and he sees that now there's a dog there, and he goes, "What the bloody hell is this?" And Croc says, "It's my dog. That's Bat Dog." And Alfred says, "You can't call him that." and then Croc says, "Well, then I'll call him Alfred."
But that's Alfred the cat.
Well, I think it's more he's likening Alfred to being a dog.
Right.
But it's like,
He's
oh,
a little bitch.
That's right. It's so sad. But I love that Bruce shows up and goes, "Who's this?" And immediately just, and
Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you?
yeah, and Alfred goes,
Really cute.
"Yeah, I know."
He's cute and he's like a little ugly.
Yeah,
He's
just
so,
that right level of ugly
he's
where
just
he's cute again.
So cute.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
but Alfred goes, "I guess that's Bat Dog."
Because I'm not calling him my name.
That's right. So, okay. So Batman
Point
goes
Croc.
into right. So Croc gets information about who's handing out weapons and where they're going to be. And I love Alfred. "Well, I guess you'll want to call Gordon then." Batman has an interesting point where he says, "Well, as soon as I know what I'm sending his men into, yeah, I'm going to call him." So Batman goes and cases the joint, and he sees that, like, the warehouse that he finds is filled with all different types of the scum of Gotham.
Oh, sweet. This is a warrior scene where all the gangs are getting together.
Yes, it is that scene. And basically the facilitator's like, I'm going to give you a whole shitload of guns. Harvey Dent wants you to be supplied. And all you got to do to earn this, and do whatever you want. You could sell them, you could use them, you could take over whatever, doesn't matter. Like, rob people.
But you're not allowed to collect it. Don't put it in a case.
No. Well, yeah. No, you could do that too. But, like, what matters is, in exchange for this, you come when called. There's going to be a day where we're going to call you. We're going to send out the signal. We're going to need you, and you show up. That's all we're asking. And they're like, sure. Sounds good to me. A couple of them kind of protest, and they're like, why would we do that? And he's like, because I also have money. And they're like,
Ah, yes, money.
Speaking my language.
Right. So Batman is noticed by one of the surveillance folks. And
good job, Batman.
He's new. And the two of them tumble.
So the guy's like, and that day is now! Here are the guns, shoot him!
No, they're just like, kill him anyway. But so Batman and this dude like fall through the window, and everything goes kind of fucked up.
They all have guns. Of course it does.
And they have military level guns. One guy's got a bazooka.
There's always the guy in the crowd with the bazooka.
Yep.
I want someone to be like, okay, John, realize we're in a small warehouse right here.
Right.
You have an explosive bazooka.
Yeah. Okay.
You're about to fire it at Batman, who's 20 feet away from us.
I've never held a bazooka in my life.
This thing has a kill range.
This may be the last time I ever touch a bazooka. I'm gonna fire it.
If you fire the bazooka, this will be the last time you ever touch a bazooka, because we're all gonna die.
Oh, when did you become the bazooka expert? How do you
know?
know?
It says danger, do not use in confined spaces.
Along the side!
The blast from the back of it is gonna kill 3 people. Didn't you ever see True Lies?
Right? That's true. I did see True Lies. Okay, you're speaking my language now. Anyway,
Jamie Lee Curtis is so hot.
Yeah. The moments that Gary Frank highlights are just full pages of Batman just jumping.
I want one dismembered arm in this shot.
From that guy.
From that guy who tried to sneak up on
Clearly
Batman.
the bazooka blew that guy's hair off. He had a full head of lush hair prior to that bazooka
That's like
fire.
Luthor.
Yeah, this was his origin. We are making memories.
So here's the big reveal of Catwoman, because she shows up to save Batman.
No.
This is where Gary Frank's like, I think we're going to need a 2-page splash for this one.
Okay.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Right? Like, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No.
What?
Right?
Meow.
What?
This is Catwoman. This is her finished... This is the costume. This is the look.
Gary.
That's a
Gary,
look.
man, we gotta sit down and talk.
I mean, listen, he knocks everything else out of the park. And to be fair, it's great looking in terms of it being depicted honestly. It's just the choice.
It is still atrocious.
Yeah. There's nothing about this I like.
Like, it's this weird...
From the Mardi Gras mask to the copyright infringing logo on the chest to the Hot Topic knee-highs and matching Huntress shirt. Oh, and don't forget the crotch-riding shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is almost roller derby.
Yeah!
Mixed with Cheshire Cat.
That's yep. She looks like a roller derbyist.
Yeah, this is a problem.
This is a problem. I have a problem with this now. Now that we have to solve this problem, what are we going to do about this book?
What are we going to do about Catwoman? And Gordon's like, well, she's not committing too terrible of a crime. No!
No, okay.
No, we have to call in, like...
We got to get everyone involved. We got to get Tim Gunn. We got to get Michael
RuPaul,
Kors.
I don't care who.
Anyone, but we got to solve this problem.
You know what it is? It's like
It's like the belt logo's a paw print.
Here's what I can't quite wrap my head around is like, it's trying so hard to be cohesive, and yet it is
not
abysmally not cohesive.
I think it's trying to be cohesive while also being modern.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like using, like he's trying to use the color throughout.
But it's not working. Like because the ears to the toes.
The ears are almost a different color. They're more pink. There's a lot of ideas here.
There are too many ideas at work here.
Also, you have horizontal stripes with vertical stripes. I'm sorry, no.
That's a clash.
Well, okay, let's just move on.
So Catwoman saves Batman. You know, she's like, "I saved your life," and
then the art gets not so hot.
Yeah,
she's like, "I saved your life." He just goes, "What are you?"
Yeah. Oh, Batman! And then Batman dies because he
laughs.
doubles over from laughter, and they all just beat him to death.
You've killed me.
So you know they have a little back and forth. You know, like I saved your life, you saved my life. Batman literally saves her life because she wasn't paying attention. A guy comes up behind her, she kisses him, and then she's like, "Well, then I guess we're nearly even." You know, we can see a fun little back and forth.
He's like, "Could you put anything else on?"
Right. I'll outfit you with something that's gonna blow everyone's minds, but not the way this does. So you know, she steals a grenade. She just throws it. Takes the bag of money that was being offered to these hoods and then just tatas out the window. Batman takes the one dude who said Harvey Dent's name and recovers him from the warehouse.
And everyone else dies in the explosion.
They all kind of scatter. I don't think everyone dies, but let's just assume that they get away.
I assume Batman grabbed the one person for information, was like,
Yep.
I'll go back for kaboom!
Well, you are going to lose a few. Whatever.
Never mind.
It's fine.
He's like, I'm going to say that was because of the bazooka.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was nothing to do with me.
Or the Catwoman that I'm totally interested in. But I'm also totally interested in Jessica. He's devoted to Jessica.
Here's the thing.
He's intrigued by Catwoman.
I'm devoted to Jessica for the long term.
Right.
But I am freaky for Catwoman.
He's like, I just can't with the...
Well, eventually that outfit's going to come off.
Yeah. She was like, no, it doesn't. He's like, that is a deal breaker.
Then that's the end of it.
I'm sorry.
So Batman plays good cop, bad cop with his hood and Killer Croc.
Okay. And the dog?
Yeah,
No.
but is Killer Croc the good cop?
Killer Croc is not the good cop.
And then they should have the dog come in.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're like, you think Killer Croc's bad?
Well, wait until you meet Batdog. No, Batman is like interrogating me. He's like, well, no, the word's out on you, man. You don't kill it. He's like, that's what he's for. And then Croc shows up and he's like, tell me what they want to know. And he's like, ah! So he's like, it's Harvey Dent. And they're like, Harvey Dent's dead. He's like, no, man, he's totally alive.
I heard his voice. It sounded really high and feminine.
So Batman says, you're leaving Gotham forever. Croc makes sure he does. So
He eats him?
No. Make sure he leaves Gotham forever. Like, make sure he leaves.
No, make sure you eat all of him.
No, because Croc's...
And give some of it to Batdog, I guess.
Yeah. Croc's a human being. There's a moment at the end of Volume 2 where he's just like, you know, Alfred goes, what do I give this guy? And Croc goes, I eat food, old man. So Batman goes to see Jessica because he's like, she's Two-Face.
Yeah.
There's no way it isn't.
It's not, is it? Don't tell us. Just keep going.
So she's sitting in her office. Her mask is off. And she's like, Bruce, what are you doing? I must have fallen asleep. And he's like, uh-huh.
Oh, hang on. Let me put my mask back on. I can't let you see how horrible I look.
Yeah, you should see, by the way, how she looks without it. Because it's like, it's not nearly as bad as what she seems to suggest it is by wearing a friggin' mask everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, she's not freaking Tom Cruise in Vanilla
I
Sky.
literally
No.
was just like, what the hell was
movie
what
are we
movie
thinking of?
was that recently that I saw
Yeah.
for the first time?
yeah, it was Vanilla Sky. I was going to say
was.
The Man Without a Face, but like,
I was like, it's not Eyes Wide Shut. It's the other one.
and he knows that she knows who he is. And she calls him Bruce. So but like, when I came to see you,
He's like, all right, but for purposes in here, when you keep calling me, I need you to call me Batman.
right? No, he's not like that far gone. But he goes, you
Well, I assumed if
looked
the
at
room
me.
was bugged.
Right. He doesn't assume that. He's an
Okay.
idiot. But he goes, you looked at me with hate in your eyes, and you talked like your brother. Like you sounded like him. And I thought maybe it might have been like you being confused or having to deal with trauma or whatever, but like, and then she goes, no, my brother's dead. And he's like, yeah, but like maybe you're like pretending to be him. And then the phone rings.
Uh-huh.
And it's Harvey Dent on the phone. So she picks up and she puts it on speaker, and it's Harvey Dent. And he says, hey, sis, he's with you, isn't he? Because, of course, in the last volume, like, Harvey Dent has a real problem with Bruce Wayne. He thinks he's spoiled and rich and terrible. He's also, like, he knows the family history. He's like, he's an Arkham, he's crazy. And it's like, he's screaming his head off all the time. He's like, he's spitting about how crazy Bruce Wayne is. And, you know, Bruce is just like, Jesus Christ, Harvey, why don't you fucking take a seat, pal? But anyway, Harvey is talking to them about how he's got one last bit of business as district attorney, and it's judging Gotham. And Gotham's guilty, and I'm going to take it all down. And
Jesus, Jessica, you pre-recorded this whole message. This is insane.
That's literally what I was thinking was happening
right, of course.
here.
So, you know, but Batman's convinced that Harvey Dent is back from the dead, or at
Can
least...
we trust him?
Clearly not.
No.
Oh.
But, you know, he's just like, what the hell? And so, you know, he goes, it's not him. That wasn't him. And she's like, well, then who was it? And then Batman...
He's like, it's the Jizzler. I mean, the Riddler. Damn it.
He's like, what do I mean?
Can't call him that
Sorry.
in my files.
I love Brack issues. Betty's so funny.
He's like, he's like, it's Harvey Bullock? Who else I name Harvey?
Oh my God, there's way too many redundancies in these books.
I'm gonna get Alfred on this.
Yeah. So Batman, he calls Alfred to like look into it. Alfred's like, I'm not like from the phone company, but I did my best, and you know, basically they said the number was shut off, and it's been shut off for weeks. Remember, it's only been a month. Even though it's been 5 freaking years since the last volume. But it's only been a month in real time.
Okay.
So maybe somebody's posing as Harvey Dent. I don't know. So then Batman goes to see Gordon.
Who's like ready to shoot him.
Yeah. He jumps on. You know, he's like, hey!
I am a cop!
He literally says that. He goes, you got to watch out next time I almost shot you. And he's like, sorry, that was my bad. Anyway, so someone's pretending to be Harvey Dent, and they're sending weapons to like people to try and like ruin Gotham. He said his master plan is to destroy the place, whatever. Anyway, that's the plot. We're not going to do like multiple plots. That's it. That's the main plot.
Also, have any weird Cirque du Soleil people called? And they're missing costumes.
Like really garish costumes. He does also say, you know, because Barbara helped out in the last story. He's like, I was thinking maybe your daughter, you know, she knows how to use the internet. Maybe she could help me like figure out like if someone cloned a phone number or whatever. And he's like, my daughter's overseas for school.
Also,
like-
oh my God.
Or maybe she can tell me how to get into my email. I can't get in.
I forgot my password and it's really old.
And he keeps asking me for security questions. I don't know the answers.
Yeah, is it Bruce? Is it Batman? I don't know what to answer.
Oh no, what did I say?
Pudge.
Not again. Batman is now like, he needs more help. He's just like, this is getting out of hand. I don't know what to do. So he starts tracking burglaries of like an elaborate nature and traces...
Why is there more to this now?
So he catches up with Catwoman. You know, he interrupts her mid-burglary, and they have like a fun fight. As fun as it can be.
And now she has a jacket.
Yeah, she has a jacket.
Now
a matching jacket.
Now there's pink fur at her collar and her wrists.
Yeah. You don't like the jacket addendum?
Who is this for?
Did the socks get lower?
Maybe
I thought they were above the knee
They
before.
were above the knee. Maybe this is like a different outfit. It's like a variant. This is Mark II of Catwoman.
Wait, were they? We have to know now. Yes, they were. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is Catwoman Mark II. This one has a jacket and lower socks. They fight, and basically Batman's like, stop. Seriously, stop. I'm not gonna fight you, and I'm not here to stop you from like stealing. I mean, I would like you to do that, but here's the thing: if you stop stealing right now, like, I got a better plan for you. I need your help. And she's like, what? And he's like, listen, like, I need to know, like, where these weapons are coming from and who's supplying them. And, you know, you work in the underworld, kind of. You might be able to find out for me.
Oh, and Harvey Dent, can we trust him?
Right. No, he doesn't even talk about Harvey Dent. But he is like, could you help out? And she's like, why would I do that? And he's like, to help Gotham. And she's like, that's stupid. And he goes, okay. And so he just pulls out a few $1,000 and throws it at her.
What?
I call them Bruce Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He goes, that's $10,000. I'll give you $10,000 to solve my problem. And she's like, and he goes, and if you find the weapons, I'll give you another $40,000. And she goes, if you can give me $50,000, then you give me $75,000. And he's like, okay.
She's like, you're really bad at haggling.
Yeah.
He is an idiot.
He is a total idiot. She's just like, for real? And he's like, if that's what it takes, yeah, I don't care about money. Just do what I asked. And she's like, what's going on here?
Oh no, he gives her a bat phone!
He does give her a bat phone. Alfred calls. He's like, hey, the old man slipped out the window. He's gone. Batman's like, I gotta go.
My life is a disaster right now.
Oh my God! I got my girlfriend who thinks that she's her brother who hates me. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, or there's ghosts. We got Commissioner Gordon who's gonna shoot me. I got my butler who keeps giving me a hard time about my ever expanding bat family. I got a new grandpa who's freaking out all the time.
And I got a crocodile man who has a dog.
And a crocodile man with a
Please
dog.
just
And that is
take
the
my money.
best thing happening.
Just take my money and solve my problem. This is one thing I don't want to have to do myself.
I have so many plates spinning.
Yeah. So he's
She's like,
right. So he's like, here's a bat phone. You call me when you get something. And she's like, for real, you put a bat on it? Which is what Gordon said in one of the other volumes.
I'm sorry, you don't get to say that.
Yeah, Gordon gets to say that. He's not wearing a super cop uniform. He's just wearing what regular people wear.
Yeah, you don't have a cat print on
You're
your
not even
crotch.
wearing what superheroes
His gun
wear.
doesn't have a mustache on it.
But if it did, we'd love it.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm thinking on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staring at the
come out of it.
barrel.
That's right. That's right.
It's just a mustache on the end.
Yeah.
The criminals are like,
What?
blam! Oh my God.
Arkham is on the roof of Arkham Manor, and he's like gonna jump. Bruce goes in. While that's happening,
I'm following Martha.
that's right. Julia gets a call
Why
on her
is he doing
phone.
the Batman voice? I'm sorry.
Well, because he's always doing that, I guess. Well, in this one,
No, why would Grandpa
why
be
would
doing that?
Grandpa-
oh, Grandpa? Well, yeah, because he's nuts, and that's where Batman gets it from. So Jessica gets a call from Harvey. She's like, "Come on, tell me if it's you. I love you." And then hangs up. Bruce talks to Arkham. Arkham tells a boring history lesson about how, like, the early settlers of Gotham. It's like Scott Snyder ghost wrote this scene. The early settlers of Gotham, who were related to the Arkhams, they were in the caves or whatever, and they got bit by rabid bats or whatever the predecessor to rabies is, and it got into their bloodstream, and that became like the beginning of the madness for the Arkham family
Yeah,
forever.
there's literally a cave painting of bats attacking people.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like a myth of the bats that destroyed, or
Well, if
at
they
the very
had
least, like-
rabies, they would have just died.
right?
Nah, this is super rabies.
That just
where
made
it
them
just makes
strong
you crazy.
and crazy.
Oh.
But
And,
anyway,
and crave justice.
And
right.
also rich.
well, and I guess the idea,
Like
you know,
you're good enough to earn a legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of off the kilter.
That's right. I like what Johns is saying about how, you know, for 3 centuries, bats have been this mythic boogeyman for Gotham, and then Batman turns the boogeyman into an avenging angel for justice.
Right.
I always like that idea.
It also makes sense because people had longer hair back then, and bats always go for the hair.
That is accurate,
That is
okay?
accurate.
That's a fact.
You speak from experience.
That's a fact. So the bats have a disease
It-
that gets into their bodies and then somehow is genetically transmitted
Right.
from one generation to the
It's
next.
just, I don't think it's taken literally. I think it's that Arkham believes that. You know, that Arkham is like, there was this old story about
He's
that.
like, that's what I blame the madness
Right.
on.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, no, does Bruce believe any of that? Absolutely
I
not.
would rather they went into the cave and found a Cthulhu-esque bat monster in there who doesn't care for them, and
Yeah.
that's why Gotham's screwed.
That's
Oh, that'd be
actually
great.
I think that's already a Peter Milligan comic in continuity, and that's where Barbatos came from before Morrison used it.
Yeah, but
That is a real thing. I think it's a Riddler story,
but
too.
Barbatos is not a Lovecraftian beast because he does care.
But before Barbatos became what he
Okay.
became, Peter
'Cause
Milligan's
Lovecraftian
Barbatos
is scary
Lovecraftian.
because it's like
because it doesn't care about you. It doesn't
care.
regard. It has no. It just
even
lives.
Yeah, it doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was like a weird man-bat origin,
Right.
I'd be fine with that too.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter. It's an interlude so that Gary Frank can draw fun stuff from the past and
Sure.
also bats.
Yeah,
But,
froth-mouthed bats.
That's right. Anyway, so Arkham's like, damn
They
you!
just got into the marshmallow fluff. I don't know what the problem is.
Yes.
Oh, the pioneering
Yeah.
Old West marshmallow fluff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so Arkham is like laying it on really thick. You know, he's like, damn you! You won't take my son!
He's like,
you
this
won't
is-
take my grandson from me!
This is the like discount Eevee moment from V for Vendetta.
Yes. But he's just,
Wait,
you know,
is he on top of just a building in Gotham?
it's
He's not even.
Arkham Manor.
Oh, okay.
Where's all the staff
Arkham Manor is abandoned. Oh, the staff that was taking
that was
care of
supposed to be
it?
Yeah, they were
hired?
watching
Yeah, he gave
him.
him the slip.
They were busy investigating the rest of the house.
Right. They found out that he's Batman, and they're trying to negotiate how much money they're
And
going
Alfred's
to.
busy loading the shotgun.
How many guys are up there? 8.
chunk, chunk.
One of them
Yeah,
was
okay.
like, he's got a sign in his house that says "the gun that killed my parents."
Oh no.
All right, I'm gonna implement the protocols.
Yeah, the security protocols. Code Alfred.
Code 12 gauge.
So, So anyway, Arkham keeps laying it on thick about how, Gotham killed his wife and his daughter. He's not going to kill his grandson. The curse of the bat. Bats are bad. Gotham's bad. It's all bad. It's all
Batman.
right. I'm Batman. And I love
jumps.
Gotham. Well, he's trying to jump, and you're thinking, oh, this is the scene. It's really tense when you're reading it, but we're like, Bruce talks him off the ledge, and he doesn't die. Like in a twist of what you'd expect to clean things up. Instead, Arkham doesn't jump, and he's like, I'm gonna do what I can to save you. And there's actually a nice moment where Arkham looks at his grandson and he says, I'm sick, aren't I? And it's like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad saying yes, but yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this a turning point for Bruce as well, where he's like, I have to start using my wealth and my power for good?
He did that in the beginning of this. Like, he and Jessica, he's like, Jessica is like 50% Two-Face, and I am still all on board for her to be rehabilitated, or at the very least for her to be able to rehabilitate the image of the Dents and save Gotham, and I'm going to use that by being Bruce Wayne, boy billionaire, and
but that's a bad plan, though.
But it doesn't seem like a bad plan if you're an optimist, like Batman kind of is in the story. So now Batman's like, fine, let's resolve this problem. Let's go to the graveyard and we'll exhume Harvey Dent's body and we'll see if he's there. If he's there, we know that like ghosts aren't real and it's Jessica. If he's not, because the idea is that Harvey on the phone suggested that like they thought he died and he paid them off and worked it out.
Yeah.
All right, Croc, get to work.
Yeah.
Ghosts still aren't real.
Right. Croc, by the way, brought Bat-Dog and Alfred, and so,
Well, yeah, it's a graveyard. It's full of bones. Bat-Dog is going to love
I wish they'd stop bringing the dog places. That's stressing me out.
Right. Is the dog going to die at the end of the story?
I can't handle
but
this.
if they left it home, it could also die.
No.
No,
Like, what if there was carbon monoxide
we
leak or
just
something?
don't see it. It's fine.
Right.
What if the rats came?
Yeah. Bat-Dog fought valiantly against the rat attack. Anyway, they exhume Harvey's body. They open up the grave. It's empty.
Oh.
So
Maybe he's just underneath that fabric.
So Batman.
Maybe he turned invisible. That's the power of Axis chemicals.
That's what happens when you die.
Yeah.
So Batman gets a call on the bat phone from the cat. He answers it. He's like, "It's me," and she goes, "And it's me, and a couple of friends. I got some more info for you." And he's like, "Sweet, meet me at Arkham Station." Arkham Station is where the Batcave is. Like, meet me in the Batcave. Where I'm keeping all my secrets and my entire team.
Someone needs to
plan.
take his phone away from him.
I know. But no, he says, meet us at Arkham Station.
I've got 1 billion of these.
And
They're Nokias. They're indestructible.
what's her name? Catwoman's like, us? I can't wait to meet your friends. And it's like, oh, Catwoman, you have no idea. They're all lame.
I thought you were talking about money, us.
Yeah, my best friends, Jackson, Grant, and Franklin.
Especially Franklin.
So Julia's going to her car. There's somebody standing in front of her car. He's got a gun.
This woman is very ill, isn't she?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, look at his freaking... That is the body of her fucking brother.
Yeah.
That she dug up.
What makes you think that? Arkham is wandering around Wayne Manor, and he looks at the photo, or he looks at the painting or photo of the Waynes, and
Can we talk about the fact that the man has a candlestick? Who would trust this man with an open flame?
I think he finds it. I'm assuming that he just recovers that.
Yeah, but again, where is the staff?
I don't know. They're really negligent. So she comes in and she's like, this place sucks. First of all, Crocodile Man, Great Doorman, this sucks. Then she meets the Bat-Dog and she's like, oh, hello, what's your name? Blah, blah,
And he
blah.
just like growls at her. He doesn't like her.
Yeah. The dog's just happy to be.
I like that this dog is like the
Yeah, he's the
ambassador of the Bat family.
Exactly.
He's the litmus test.
So Batman goes, what do you know? And she goes, well, who starts a conversation like that? How about hello? How about thanks for getting the information? He goes, hello.
How about where's my money?
Right. And he goes, thanks for coming. You've met Waylon and the dog. This is Alfred. Now that we've gotten all the pleasantries out of the way, what'd you find out? And she's like, okay, give me my money. And he's like, here you go. She's like, this is insane. And then Killer Croc's like, why is she getting money? How come I'm not getting money?
Waylon, what are you going to use money on?
Right.
Cosmetics?
How are you going to put it in the bank?
Yeah. She goes, the weapons are going to cross over the border. They're going to be brought in from out of town. They're going to be implemented when Dent lights the signal. There's been no bat signal yet.
Yeah.
So, but he goes, what signal? And she goes, I don't know, some signal that's going to like form Dent's army and then go to war on Gotham. And he goes, I'll call the cops. And she goes, who do you think is escorting the truck? And he's like, God damn it. So, all right, I'll call the cop. And she's like, you better trust this cop. So then we go to this junkyard where there is a half-ruined police car.
Oh, it's half ruined, you say?
Half ruined. On the ruined side is Harvey. Harvey turns. We see like how gross he must look.
Oh, she takes the mask off. See how
does.
hideously scarred she is?
Oh no. So then we see Harvey.
Wow, that's a
big reveal.
really cool image.
Isn't it cool? Yeah.
It's really cool.
And the reveal, of course, Batman's talking to people about how like Harvey Dent's alive, and he's running amok, and he looks like Two-Face. Meanwhile, the shipment of weapons are being smuggled in a big truck for toys, driven by a creep who has tattooed the words "girls" and "boys" onto his knuckles. He is the Toy Man from Superman.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if Toyman actually makes an appearance in Earth 1 Superman. I doubt it.
What is
Or at
up?
the very least, I doubt this version. What is up with making Toyman into a pedophile all the time? I don't know.
Yeah, also, what is up with the need for stripes in this book?
Yeah, those are Catwoman's colors.
Oh my God, you're right. There's no parallel. Like, there's no correlation. We just have stripes. Think about it for a little while. Maybe something will come to you. So Batman calls Gordon. He tells Gordon the plan and how they need to stop it. And he's like, oh, and people in your department are in on it. You got to call. If you can get backup, you need somebody who has your back, which parallels back to
Yeah.
to
He
Bullock.
knows who's got his back.
That's right. And Bullock, of course, is asleep in jail.
Yeah.
So Gordon goes and gets him, and he's like,
Damn it!
grab your coat, you drunken son of a bitch.
Please tell me you've sobered up. I haven't. Fine.
So, yeah. So, the team is scrambled, and they're all going in different directions, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but where's Barbara?
Why is the dog coming? This dog is stressing me
The
out.
dog goes with Killer Croc. Meanwhile, Arkham is at Arkham Manor. He leaves Wayne Manor. And he goes
He's
to
going to burn down Arkham.
Yes. Because
okay,
the
good.
Waynes don't really have any real problems.
I appreciate that.
Yes, he's going to burn down his own place. But he's like, I'm going to stop this insanity once and for all. And it's like, this plot sucks.
Oh, it's not the Wayne. Oh, sorry, you just said it wasn't the Wayne house, right?
It's not. It's the Arkham Manor.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
There's two friggin' rich, stately manors, and the Batcave is under Arkham Manor to deflect attention in case anybody finds it.
Wait, was he staying in Arkham Manor?
No, he was not.
Oh, he was in Wayne.
He
the
was in
Wayne's
Wayne Manor. He goes to Arkham Manor.
He escaped twice.
All right, so that's fine.
He also picked up a can of gasoline along the way.
I don't know where he gets that. So anyway, the signal is lit, and now it's just like it. But it is just a big light in the sky. Although I think like
Half of it's broken?
Half of it's broken.
Right.
He carefully broke half of the glass.
Ting, 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 ting.
So-
He went through a few of those.
Yeah. So Harvey presumably drives this like his Two-Face mobile.
We can tell Harvey's driving because the Where Are We Going Harvey is coming from the right side of the car.
Yes, that's right.
Ah.
After he burns the city to the ground and destroy everything, he's then going to destroy Batman, but also Jessica betrayed him by being with Batman / Bruce Wayne, who is this creepy rich boy. And so after all that's done, I'm gonna kill you too. So
Okay.
she runs away.
Right.
So she runs away from Harvey, and the manor is burning. It's coming
And
apart.
the manor is burning.
Like pieces of it are falling down. They're gonna crush Jessica.
Wait,
Batman.
is this Harvey's plan or
Yeah, it's Harvey's
Arkham's
plan. Arkham burned the house down clandestinely, according to Batman, or his perspective right now. Batman springs in, he protects Jessica from being crushed, and he reveals to her, yeah, I know, you're right, your brother is alive, and he is doing all this. And
You fucking dupe.
Barbara calls Jim on the phone. She's like, hey, Dad. Oh, I took care of that thing for you, by the way. I traced the phone. It is totally not Harvey Dent.
I can't believe he got her to do it. He's like, you know what? No, I can't. I don't know how to do that either.
Yeah, I really don't know how to do that.
And I can't trust any of the cops in my precinct to do it.
Hey, Barbara. Hey.
Hey,
How's school?
What time is it over there?
It's 3 a.m., Dad.
Could you trace a phone for me?
And
Oh, and download these songs.
could you send them to me on a CD?
Oh my God, Dad, I'll email them to you.
Don't do that.
Please don't.
Dad, are you locked out of your email?
look, just let's do one thing at a time. So anyway, Batman then, with Jessica, goes to the Two-Face mobile, opens up the doors. It's over, Harvey. I've got you. It's just a corpse. It's just Harvey's corpse. And he's like, what the hell? I don't get it.
It falls in such a way where it's like, oh my God, don't resist. Oh, he's hitting me.
No, it falls out of the car and it makes a xylophone sound because it's like skeletal.
That's right.
He's like, what?
Batman is just great. He goes, I don't understand. And then Jessica, as Harvey's like,
I don't understand. What's happening?
what's going on here? So Jessica's like,
I didn't do this. I didn't kill him.
so Jessica goes, it's you. It's me, Wayne. I'm in here. This kind of plot would have worked 30 years ago, but now it's kind of lame. He's like, oh, Jessica, please, no. And then he gets hit in the back of the head with a shovel. It's Arkham. Adrian Arkham's like, yeah, we did it.
Yay! I killed the bat problem.
So while Gotham is like ripping itself apart, Catwoman and Killer Croc are trying to like stop them. Mm-hmm. It's going pretty bad.
Is that what's her name?
Yeah, it's Summer Gleason
Summer
from the
Gleason.
cartoon show.
Yeah. It's like, is that her?
Who I've seen in no fewer than 2 other like out of continuity Batman stories where someone's like, I want to do the cartoon show.
My brain was like Summer Gale. No.
No.
Then it should be a weather person.
That's right. While that's going on, the press was leaked a recording of Harvey Dent, basically chiding Gotham and talking about how their sentence has been carried out and everything's going apart. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Alfred's trying to call Bruce, but he can't get him. Bruce isn't answering. So he's like, hey, Cat, is anybody there? Cat's like, I'm busy. And he's like, okay. Croc, you got anything? Croc's busy. He's like, And then the bat dog shows up, and it makes an adorable yip sound. And Alfred goes, I know who I have to call. I need to get it from you. So Alfred calls Gordon. He's like, God damn it, I gotta call Gordon. Gordon, our mutual friend needs your help. You gotta do something. So
I love the dog. Hey, I'm hungry.
No, not now. My insecurities are coming out of the mouth of this dog. So Adrian paints bats on the wall. Batman's tied up to a chair, and
pretty good.
Adrian talks about he is pretty good.
Like he had a lot of time to practice in Maine.
Yeah. So Adrian is like, I'm gonna, I'm saving Gotham from the evil of the bat. I'm gonna kill you, and you represent the last of the madness.
Does Adrian also tear off his mustache and he becomes Martha Wayne?
Right? Yeah. No, he's not. Thankfully, there is a reveal.
Does he know that he's Bruce?
Yeah. He does.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, he is. He's like, Bruce, we're gonna kill you, and we're gonna kill the Batman. The Batman is obvious. The fact that you are Batman means that the madness was not bred out of you by the Waynes.
Yeah,
right.
You've been infected.
Right. That's what his brain tells him.
Yes.
He figures it out via the most
convoluted way possible.
Yes.
So Jessica's like, yeah, Batman, I'm Harvey. Now let's make out. And he's like, oh, and then she's like, oh,
I don't want to make out with Harvey.
Yeah. And then Jessica's like, no, please, don't make it happen. You get that stupid Gollum scene, but it's like Jessica. Adrian cuts like the bat off of Batman's chest, and he's like gonna cut him. And the look that Batman gives him,
oh my God,
it's so fucking awesome.
It's like, really?
Just this, fuck my life. like this motherfucker. You know how many millions of dollars I spent on this piece of shit? And he's gonna cut me with a knife.
For nothing, because no one was around to tell him. No one stopped him.
Adrian looks up and is like, okay, maybe I won't cut you. Never mind, I'm sorry.
That's right. Now you're gonna cut these ropes, is what you're gonna do. Then you're gonna cut your own throat, you old bastard.
Cut your face off.
I got like 9 Robins, and there's nothing. There's no one gonna help me. So anyway.
Not here, you don't.
But he's like, I'm not gonna cut you. I'm gonna burn it out of you. I'm gonna save you with fire. And he has this convenient Arkham brand that he's gonna use, which he does use, and he brands Batman with an A.
I was gonna do the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
He's an adulterer.
Oh my God, the A thing. I'm like, what are you doing? And then, Harvey / Jessica's like, yeah, do it again, burn him again. And so...
And he does, but a little bit, to the side, so it creates an upside-down bat.
There we go. And he's like, go, you're free. No, but, so he rears back to get him. Batman just, turns and hits him and then frees himself.
Probably should have done that in the first place.
Yeah. So then Jessica's going to shoot him because she doesn't have time for this. And then Catwoman shows up and she whips her hand. And then Adrian runs away, and then he is crushed by debris.
And Jessica's like,
So he's not
what
crushed
the
by
hell are
debris?
you wearing?
No, he's not crushed by debris, but he is
Yeah.
crushed by debris, and so we were like, "Oh no!" I worked all this out because the idea of like Bruce finding out that his grandfather's alive, it's like you thought you were alone. It's part of his whole thing. It's like
Yeah.
he's the last Wayne.
Yeah.
And he finds out that his grandpa's alive. That's kind of sweet. And that's why he spends all his money and all his time. That's why he gives him all these allowances. It's just like, please, just be a family member. Like I need a piece of my
something.
life. Yeah. So Adrian's crushed to death. Jessica tries to get away. Batman chases after her.
But Adrian's crushed to death by the burning of his own building,
Yes.
which he
Wanted.
which he did.
Yes.
So like that's really self-fulfilling.
Oh no, Batman
like,
didn't kill him.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Destroying crazy.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So Batman runs away from Catwoman. Batman faces her. Meanwhile, Bullock is going to go in because don't forget, Arkham Manor was where the birthday boy lived. So Bullock and Gordon go to Arkham Manor. And he's like, come on, Harvey. And Harvey's like, no, I can't go in there.
Did Birthday Boy die? I can't remember.
I don't remember what happened to
Because
Birthday
I was going to
Boy.
be like, if all of this commotion, the Birthday Boy just gets out of the
And
basement
now
and be
it's
like,
me!
what are you doing in my house?
He's just on fire. He's like,
Yeah.
just closes the hatch.
No.
Goes back downstairs.
I think their birthday boy died. I don't remember, and I couldn't find Volume 1 in our library.
He's like, I can't blow this candle out, so.
But I love the callback to Birthday Boy. We don't say Birthday Boy
Oh, good.
because, of course, it wasn't seeing Birthday Boy. It's all the children he murdered in the basement.
Yes.
You can't go
Anyway,
back in, Jim.
So I can't go. So Batman tries to reason with Jessica. Jessica's like, no. Batman gives her a heartfelt speech about his parents.
Are
or
you
whatever.
telling me that Gordon doesn't be like, I thought you had my back, and Bullock like gets the courage?
No.
Oh, come on! There was such an opportunity.
No,
there.
maybe he needs to be outside for something.
Nope.
Oh.
He's just a big
Yeah,
fat
he
loser.
needs to be outside so the Birthday Boy escapes and he sees him. He's like, ah, he's still there.
Then he beats Birthday Boy to death with a crowbar, and he's like, I'm free. No. So anyway, Jessica and Harvey have a Gollum moment on the roof, and you're like, yeah, fall, end this. This is
Yeah.
so stupid.
Just like Gollum.
And and Batman's like, no, Jessica, I love you. And then like and then just right at the last moment, she says Bruce in her real voice, and he's like, oh, she goes, I love you too, and she falls. Presumably, like she lets herself fall to end this.
Yeah, she's like, I'm making a choice.
Yeah. And then Croc from the second floor is like, huh, and catches her.
What? What is he doing there?
And he goes, I got her, pal. Don't you worry. And Batman's like, yay.
Batman's like, okay, you should probably drop her. Then.
Right. The reader.
No, it's okay.
Me, the reader's like, damn it, Croc. Bruce is thrilled. He's like, yay, I love you. And I'm like, Catwoman's right there. It's less complicated.
But she's wearing something.
Yeah, but look at what she's wearing.
You can't forgive that, apparently,
So anyway,
on this couch.
Batman's like, yay, victory. Croc saved Jessica. Catwoman, I guess maybe survived. I don't know. I left her in the burning building. And then there's a voice from behind him that says, Bruce! And he goes, what? And it's Adrian, and he's melting, and he goes, Bruce! And he goes and attacks Batman, and then Batman is just being choked out by a melting, clay-looking villain.
No!
And says, I'm Adrian Arkham! I'm gonna kill you! Batman grabs his face, and then Adrian is blasted by a fire extinguisher, and Gordon's like, your friend called me. What the hell is going on here? What is that? What is that thing that
What's
just
all that
attacked
goop?
you? What's all that goo? So then we
Holy shit!
then we wrap things up by being like, Gordon gets a promotion, Harvey is a stinking drunk, Harvey Dent is really dead, Jessica is not the mayor anymore, and she was revealed to have been the mastermind behind the rioting in Gotham. Adrian Arkham was a phony, and this dude, Clayface, was impersonating him and being used to facilitate Batman's destruction.
That's why he had the bullet holes, because he read the file and he knew that that's where the bullets should be.
And Batman and Gordon talk, and they talk about how his flesh has a kind of weird malleable quality, and underneath his
So
fingerprints...
is he hired by?
Yeah. Or at least that's the implication. They don't really say it outright, but they talk about how they go under his fingerprints and they find the fingerprints of Preston Payne and Basil Karlo and Matt Hagen. Like underneath each layer is different clay
Matt
faces.
Hagen?
Yeah, they're all the clay faces that you know and love. And it's like the last one was like comic book Clayface, like Basil Karlo. Like that's as far as we could go. before like it just
Before we hit bone.
before we hit like bedrock on this freaking creepy weirdo. But he's so messed up, and he's been so many people, he's probably forgotten who he truly is. So maybe he doesn't even remember that Batman's Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Yeah,
or
we'll
like,
just trust that.
Or like maybe did
the fire mess him
no,
up?
yeah, did the fire mess him up or
No, it hardened him. Now he can't change shape again.
Yeah, it's like he was in a kiln. Did Jessica hire him to play this role and then he just became it?
Right. Or
Did he just kind of slip into this and then Jessica used that?
Or did Harvey set this up before he died, and Arkham's been like kind of just been that in Maine for the last like month or so?
Because like he really commits to this role.
He really does.
Like in a way that's like,
Clayface wouldn't normally do that.
Well, yeah, but this version of Clayface may just
Yeah.
be so gone and lost at this point that whoever he becomes, he
He
becomes.
is
Yeah.
until like the next one.
Yeah.
Acting! Exactly. So I think, I mean, like, and that's up for interpretation, but by the time I was reading this for the first time and I'm like, fucking Clayface, man, I'm done.
Oh, really? I'm like, that's cool.
I think it's like, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen right now. But
What are you, Alfred?
it gets more crowded. Because this book is over.
No, it's not.
And it's been 5 years since the last one.
There's no way
We
it's
have
over.
Barbara.
This book is over. There's
Yeah.
4 pages left.
Yeah,
How much can we fit in 4 pages? Bullock had an altercation with a bartender. Gordon's like, it's not even noon. Fuck. I love that he has a moment with Bruce Wayne where he says, I'm sorry, I can't imagine how violating this must have felt for you. And Bruce goes, it's disappointing. And I'm like, what understatement. So Bruce goes to visit Jessica, and he's just like, I'm paying for the best care, and we're gonna get everything. We're gonna
It's
work
not
it
the
out.
best care because my fake grandpa took a big chunk of money, so
Yeah.
I gotta wait for some other investments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can't
like,
give you a whole wing of my house.
It's like
Right.
it's like a third tier.
Right.
But
But
we'll fix it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna visit you every Sunday morning, and we're gonna make this work. And she's like, Jessica's dead. I killed Jessica. Harvey's here to stay. It's never gonna be anybody else. It's never gonna happen. Fuck you. And he's like, oh, that's sad. So Alfred and Batman have like a back and forth because like half of Arkham is ruined and destroyed. They can't use it anymore, but they got the cave downstairs. Whatever, we'll be okay. But it's basically Alfred's like, the chief of police resigned. The fire chief's gone. Like, Gotham's horrible. It's terrible. And Batman's like, oh, are you suggesting we should leave? Because I feel like we should try harder than ever. And, Alfred's like, okay, sounds good to me. Meanwhile, some clown murdered this poor boy's parents at the circus. His name's Dick Grayson.
So that's 2.
There he is. And, so Dick Grayson's parents, the Flying Graysons, were revealed to be killed by a clown in the circus.
so that's
By the way,
Joker.
Last 2 volumes, no Joker.
Yeah.
Even a little bit, and it's like, wow, look at the restraint. And this one, no Joker. He didn't do anything. A clown. A clown. And it could be like a misdirect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
it could be that clown from the Dead Man book.
Exactly.
Or it could be Captain Clown.
But we all know that Batman killed Captain Clown.
You killed Captain Clown.
Yay! Jim goes to pick up Barbara at the airport.
Okay.
She's done with school. She says, it's good to be home. I'm dying to hear more about Batman.
Okay, so that's a confirmed 2.
Also, a man who deals with rags is attacked. A guy they call Ragman.
What? Why?
I don't know.
A man who deals with rags.
Well, he deals with a secondhand clothing store called Rags and Tatters, and they go, "You should have paid us the money, Ragman." And if that wasn't enough, we see a close-up of him, and he fell, and his Star of David is shown. So it's like, it's Ragman, you know, from the comic book.
Are they gonna do the supernatural
I doubt it. I think it's gonna be this dude puts on a fucking Ragman costume. Ragman. So then we see the Batcave, and we cut to, I guess some
Wow,
time
she's
has
dressed
passed.
better.
So then we cut to the Batcave.
Uh-huh.
Robin, Batgirl, Lucius is in the cave, Killer Croc,
What?
the dog.
Wow, Batgirl is right there. And
Ragman.
Ragman. I can't wait to hear about Batman. I made a costume and everything.
You're in. My parents were killed by a clown.
You're in.
You're Robin now. Done. Hey, for $600,000, I'll work with you all the time. Wait, there's more. Because
What?
it's not enough that we imply that, like, there might be a Robin in the future, or there might be a Batgirl, or Oracle in the future, or Ragman. But then we cement, no, yes, Batgirl, yes, Robin, yes, Ragman, yes, Catwoman, in the family, yes, Batdog, yes, Lucius Fox working in the cave, yes, yes, yes. How about this? Also, Arkham Asylum is now like a fucking futuristic Jetsons-esque facility.
Doesn't say it should be in Metropolis.
It does, but it's not.
Well, they burned it down.
Yeah,
And built a new one.
we go visit Jessica, and yeah, like the bloody hole in the wall that she made and her ripped up bed suggests it hasn't gotten any better, and it's never going to get any better. And then Toyman was arrested, and by the way, Toyman was arrested from what happened just now. So like, this all must have taken place within a week.
Wait, Toyman didn't come into play at all.
The Toyman drove the guns into Gotham.
Yeah, but he was never part of their shakedown.
No. But, like, after they recovered everything, they caught Toyman and they extricated him away.
Why did they make this all in one story?
Because it's been 5 years. So Toyman's arrested and they're driving him presumably to jail, but it stopped by the fucking Joker.
Why does he look like that?
Because we gotta do a new Joker. And the Toyman asks, who are you?
He's got to have shitty hair like Joaquin Phoenix.
What are you talking about? Synergy. But Joker identifies himself as nobody. You know, because it doesn't matter. But also, like, it's a full-page reveal. And it's more or less, in my opinion, it's Johns and Frank going, we're doing it. Next one's Joker. Like, no more of this Penguins, Riddlers, Two-Faces. Joker now. And we're going to choke the life out of this book with 17 members of the Bat family.
Well, I mean, how is he going to kill Robin if we don't have a Robin?
I mean, maybe we'll have Joker kill Ragman, Killer Croc, Robin, Batgirl, Batdog, Catwoman, and Lucius Fox.
Excuse me, he's not killing the Bat Dog.
You better not.
I don't care about anything else.
But
that dog is not going to die.
they better not kill that dog.
You heard it here.
But
Don't kill that dog.
Joker.
Sure, I mean, you can't...
Right, at that point,
you can't
after
have
Ragman, I'm like, oh, sure.
Why not?
Why not Joker, too? Oh. Well, all right, then.
Yeah, just throw him in.
That was really good up until those last few pages.
Those last few pages ruin everything. And I hate it. I hate this. I think that the Jessica Harvey thing sucks. Like, it's beneath this book.
Oh, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
That is, and it takes up so much effort, so much real estate, and so many moments where you're like, oh, is it him? I'm like, there's no fucking way.
It feels like they think they're really clever.
I know. And it's like, but you have been clever before.
What I think my biggest issue is that like they feel like they're just trying to take their time, but then by skipping ahead and not telling us the story about how Robin becomes Robin, or like having Robin see the cave for the first time, or like bringing Batgirl into the fold, that like, or why Ragman's even involved.
Right.
You're just fast tracking. So then why do we do this story?
Right.
Like if what you wanted to do was get to this point, why didn't you just tell that story?
Right. Why didn't you just jump ahead? Because it wasn't worth it. Like, Jessica's downfall is not worth it.
You could use her downfall as like a
D story
or
in
like
that.
a thread to like make it all come together.
Right. Sure. But, like, who cares?
Because like, they had to use Barbara, but Barbara was like at
Not
school.
there,
But
yeah.
like you could have used Barbara and then brought her in, and like you could have had the circus going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, but instead it's an afterthought. It's like this. It's like those last 2 pages were added to the book. It's like the only thing that Gary Frank needed to draw over the last year was those 2 pages.
And
Right.
it took him that long.
Or that they were like, you're only gonna get one more.
Right. Right. I mean,
Maybe.
it could be that, like, Jeff Johns just so persona non grata at DC that they were like, we will maybe give you one more Earth 1 Batman book. And then after that, you're done for good.
Oh shit, I gotta set up all this stuff!
It's like, you don't. Like, I'll take for granted all kinds of shit. For God's sake, Zack Snyder killed Robin off screen. We don't even know what Robin it is. And we have a suit in the cave. Like, we take for granted an entire era of Batman. Batman's 45 when we first meet him in those movies. And it's like, no one at any point was like, how come we don't get any flashbacks to Batman being Batman at any point? Like, you don't need to explain the origins of characters that have been around for 80 years. Nor do you need to waste our time with a subpar Gollum story. The Golluming is egregious. And then when it all comes together and Arkham's like, I'm gonna burn everything down. I'm like, oh, and then you know what?
When Clayface is I'm gonna burn everything
Right,
down.
Clayface too, and I like the idea now that like Clayface is just like he's so in the role. He's like, Arkham was crazy. I'm crazy. Like I am Arkham. Like, yeah, it's not bad, but it's also weird. And then there's like all this other stuff in there that's like, what? Like Alfred's obsessive jealousy of Gordon, which is like, it takes up the first 10th of the book. Like it's just, there's at least 3 pages dedicated to Alfred being like, no, not Gordon. And I'm like, there's no reason not to trust Gordon.
I would say that wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for the last pages, because then that sets this pacing.
That's just thrown off. It's just, there is pacing that's consistent in this book to the last 2 volumes.
Yeah, where it's just like, we're just telling the story and it doesn't matter. And then those pages show up and it's like,
yeah, but everything matters.
You just skipped 6 volumes of Earth 1 Batman. Just so you could put Joker at the end of the page.
Yeah.
Well, because after reading this, no one's buying volume 4.
Right, except they totally will, because Joker. Because
Why
Joker
not?
sells. Joker wins Academy Awards, man.
Well,
Why not?
That's why they put him at the back.
Why not just tell a story without Robin or Batgirl about Batman and the Joker?
Right.
And then if you ever decide to bring him back, and the reason he like hates them is because it's like, it was just you and me.
Yeah, well, because that's every good Joker story. Is that dynamic.
Yeah.
I love how angry Catwoman is at the end of this book because they changed her costume.
I liked my costume. I liked my stripes that didn't match, and my knee-high or like ankle-high socks.
Yeah, she's just like,
oh, so proud of
fine.
this costume. Are they? You get to see like pencils of it. I will say I am incredibly impressed by the art in this book. The book is a triumph.
This page.
That Harvey Dent dead body page, fantastic, haunting, awesome. It's great. But like Batman being with Jessica, oh no, I'm never gonna give up on you. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about that. I don't care. There wasn't enough of Jessica or like any value to their relationship in Volume 2 for me to buy or give a shit about him like dedicating his life every Sunday to go visit her when she has clearly indicated that she is too far gone and beyond saving. But like, does that parallel Batman? Am I too far gone? But it's like, he's not that crazy. He's not like the obsessive Batman from the original comics. He's
also not an idiot.
But he is an idiot because he was totally duped by that Jessica reveal. I don't get it. What the hell? There's a corpse here. Also, Ragman. The Ragman thing is just like, oh, you're just fucking with us now. Like, you're just fucking with us. Because Ragman's in the Bat family. It's not even like you said, like, oh, maybe magic. No, it's just, oh, and also Ragman. And you know why I did Ragman? Because you don't know who that is. Because ha ha ha. Because, oh, were you expecting Duke? Or perhaps like Azrael or something? Nope, Ragman. I like Volume 2. I like Volume 1, I like Volume 2. Volume 3, I read it, you know, obviously in one sitting because it takes only a little while to read. But so profoundly disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, and you know what it is?
Now,
it's that last 3 pages.
And those last 3 pages now make this feel like wasted page
Exactly.
space. Like, it didn't up until then. And I'm sure they're like, yeah, but you know the origin of Dick, and you know the origin of Barbara.
I know the origin of Batman, too. Why the hell are we taking 3 volumes?
I don't know it in this world.
Yes, exactly.
And, like, if you wanted to truncate them, I'm sure you could have, but in a more respectful way that doesn't make this feel like you just...
wasted our time.
Filled this up to get to, like, the end point.
There are more panels watching Harvey Bullock fail than watching Dick Grayson become Robin, than watching Barbara Gordon become Oracle or Batgirl, than watching Ragman become Ragman, than watching the Joker become the Joker, or even just appear in the book. There are literally more panels dedicated to Jessica talking to herself, Harvey Bullock being a drunk, Alfred
hating on Bat Dog,
people loving that dog, Alfred complaining about people being in the cave. By the way, everything he complains about comes true at the end. And I don't know if it's like a triumphant moment for like Alfred to learn that he needs a family too, and because he's the one who's giving the orders at the top, and it's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
He's pointing to a map being like,
you are all moving here.
You are getting out of the fucking cave.
These are the city limits. I want to see you at these areas here, outside of those city limits. And I don't want to see your faces again.
This is Wayne Manor. You will not enter this building. This is mine.
He's like, this is the Zillow map, all right?
Here are some properties that we purchased for you. Now move the hell away from me. I'm not here to read how Harvey Bullock becomes fat. This is Spider-Man 3, where it's like, okay, they're like, we can't get away with doing a whole volume about Clayface and Gordon and Bullock becoming friends. But that's the one they clearly like wanted to do. Or at the very least, that's the one that I would have been more satisfied reading. But someone was like, you gotta make it more sexy. You gotta get somebody in there. Get some venom in there. Put something big and stupid in there. And that's the friggin' obvious, one-dimensional, ironically, Two-Face story.
Why, though? Because it's not like you're advertising that. You're not putting a trailer out for this.
I saw ads for this where they were like, look at the back. The back is Harvey Dent is dead. Or is he? Who the hell cares? You know how long it takes these fucking books to come out? He had the second volume. He's dead. Move on. There's 29 Batman villains that you could use and do something new, fresh, and awesome with. You're not going to do Harvey Dent again, but you did.
No, like...
Because at the end, they show you in Volume 2, they're like, Jessica is Harvey. Like, Jessica's Two-Face. The twist is Two-Face is a girl now.
Yeah.
That's the twist.
We know.
We get it. You could have done Man-Bat or Mr. Freeze or Scarecrow or Tweedle-fucking D and Dumb.
No,
and it would have been better than this.
But is she Two-Face? No, she is.
It's funny because it's like these guys, like you said, like clearly have like a respect for the animated series,
Right.
for the films. And
you
like,
said that, but yeah.
I did. Well, I think that they make reference to it.
They do.
You wanted to do a story about madness.
Right.
You clearly wanted to do like this Arkham madness story.
Right.
That's what you wanted to do.
That's the story.
That's the story. You have plenty of characters in Batman's
What to deal with
madness.
They're all crazy.
Right, but it's like all right, it's Harvey Dent. Yeah, obviously that. You could have done the ventriloquist.
The ventriloquist would have been amazing. It's
Literally,
there's literally a dummy in this book. It's just a corpse, but it's still a dummy.
I know.
That
Yeah,
could have been
just
the
stick your
twist.
hand up 'em.
The twist could have been that, like, instead of Scarface being a dummy, it's a corpse, and it would have had the same shock value.
Yeah.
You could have done anyone. The ventriloquist is a solid idea.
Thank you.
I thought we were going to get Mad Hatter in this. I thought
I was gonna say Mad Hatter,
she was
too.
kind of dressed like the Cheshire Cat. I was like, we're going to get this weird Mad Hatter in there.
Right? That would have been fun
No,
too,
he
but,
doesn't
like,
care about that. He only cares about his Alice.
Yes, yes. But you could have done something
But it
like
builds the world.
Jessica could have been the Alice.
Oh yeah, no, easily. But now she's already Harvey Dent.
Right. But then you could have
Two-Face.
also had a moment where like she lures him in, then she kills the Mad
Yeah.
Hatter as Two-Face, and you're like, oh, whatever. But like anything else, I'm not here to speculate about what this should have been, but like I am disappointed by what it became.
Yeah.
There is, but like you
Yep.
said, there is some quality to it. Like it is a story about madness. The Arkham stuff I glossed over a lot, but like it's because I knew that he's full of shit, but because he believes he is Adrian Arkham, and because the book is really about that,
Yeah.
despite all the Catwoman stuff where she isn't.
The great thing is that Clayface is a wonderful reveal if that
Yeah.
was the point the whole time.
Right, which it is. I mean,
So, like, thank you
clearly
for
that's
that.
the end. But also the Two-Face thing. And I don't want to harp on it.
No,
I clearly I've
what
said
I-
it too many times.
yeah.
Like, the Two-Face thing sucks.
What I don't like is how they kind of don't reveal why Jessica / Harvey is cool with Adrian being there. Like they
Right.
just kind of like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like a single line might have helped.
Right.
To like.
But it might have been.
connect
But
those.
I'm sure that Johns was like, "There's no way the audience." I mean, like, you can't write this thing and think that you're pulling the wool over your reader's eyes. Like you can't. And so he's thinking like, if I have Jessica reference Arkham at any point, that will showcase.
No, I mean like right at the end.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
right at the end, like anything to say like
That he
because,
was in
like,
her employ at some
right
point.
because it's like how though?
Right.
Like which scenario is it? Like I don't care about like finding out like where Clayface came from.
Yeah.
But it's like was it just a like convenience that you're like oh I'm gonna use this guy like
Right.
he's already like
far gone. Like he
Yeah.
already thinks he's Arkham.
like
or
does she
something.
even know he's Clayface?
Right. I don't know, and it doesn't tell you. So. So this book exists, and I hope it isn't the last volume because, as disappointed as I am in the Two-Face thing, you know, it's funny. So much came and went since 2 and 3, like 3 fucking Jokers. So like,
I know.
for me, on one hand, when I was reading
Right.
Volume 1 and 2, I'm like, I can't wait to see Earth 1 Joker. But now I'm like, I've already seen 3 different Jeff Johns Jokers.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I don't need to see what he's going to do with
Yeah,
this.
I'm okay.
I guess I don't need to see Volume 4.
Maybe we'll just get Birthday Boy back.
I hope so, man, because you know who's never used Birthday Boy? Anybody.
The Birthday Boy will become Solomon Grundy. He'll be like,
Yeah, he takes off the helmet or the mask, and he's like, born on a Monday.
Well, no, I meant like he's a zombie. He comes back.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, why?
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 That'd be great. I gotta tell you, I really want to see Birthday Boy again. I think he's got legs. I mean, like...
He's terrifying.
He's never left your minds, and that was 6 years ago. I've never seen a Birthday Boy
if
again.
If they brought the Birthday Boy back, then they have to do a story with Birthday Boy and Baby Doll.
Oh.
Like, he has her.
Right, and she's like, I'm 35. And he's like, oh no, I can't get it up now.
Well, then she just kills him.
Right, that'd be great.
We just take care of the Birthday Boy.
So cool to see Baby Doll like crawl up him like a spider and then just stab him like 17 times like a Chucky doll. And then he just says, make a wish. That's what he says.
Yep.
And then he... It's blowing out his last candle.
Yeah. It's just his breath.
That sucks. Birthday Boy.
Yes.
Justice for Birthday Boy.
No!
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time with another episode. Thanks a lot for watching and waiting at least 5 years for the sequel.
Yeah, not from us.
No.
From freaking Jeff Johns.
That's right. But we'll see you guys next week with another episode. Of course, if you want to get a copy of this, we'll make it available in the comments down below. So click it and pick it up if you want to read it yourself.
What will the couch look like when the next volume comes
Seriously! We've changed.
Yeah, we'll be in space.
out? Ooh! Wait, no, I don't want to go to space.
No.
No, you want to go to Mars.
No, I don't.
We have to get our ass to Mars.
You,
Get your ass
you
to
go
Mars.
first.
First. The pig never makes it.
You're the most excited.
No, we get to go.
No.
We go as a team. We're not guinea pigs.
There's no team.